Hello, and welcome to the Manila webinar series on good governance. Today's topic is Out of the Gray List, Meeting Global Standards Against Financial Crime and Corruption Prevention. I'm Andrew Wilson, the Executive Director of the Center for International Private Enterprise, or CIPE as we call it, and it's my pleasure to offer you this welcome. I'm grateful to our partners, the Makati Business Club and K2 Integrity, for co-presenting this event. This forum is part of our collective initiative to increase public awareness on the role of financial intelligence units, or FIUs, such as the Anti-Money Laundering Council, as catalysts for the prevention of financial crime and corruption. We at CIPE believe that effective, inclusive, and transparent governance is essential to provide equal access to prosperity. Furthermore, we believe that strong democratic institutions and civil society actors can curb corruption by holding public officials, businesses, and individual citizens accountable. In this regard, we launched our CIPE Anti-Corruption and Governance Center, or ACGC, in 2018. It works with businesses, civil society organizations, and governments around the world to provide thought leadership on anti-corruption programming and ethical standards for business. CIPE fights corruption in four ways. First, we've developed programs on anti-corruption compliance. This targets the supply side of the corruption equation by reducing private sector misconduct. And this has evolved into a second area of practice, what we term integrated compliance, wherein we help companies and their boards manage their corruption, labor, and environmental risks and comply with international standards. Thirdly, to support countries in transition, we have pioneered what we call anti-corruption rapid response. This enables civil society to mount a swift response to submit anti-corruption gains during political windows of opportunity. And finally, we take sector-wide approaches to anti-corruption through providing support to private sector collective action groups. This is where we work in building coalitions of companies to fight corrosive and endemic corruption. With this in mind, we're honored to have with us a distinguished group of speakers and panelists from the public sector and civil society. Our program today is led by the Governor of the Central Bank of the Philippines, Dr. Benjamin Diokno, and Philippines Anti-Money Laundering Council Executive Director, Mel Georgie Rosella. They will join us together with Mariano Federici of K2 Integrity, Joseph Arnolfo Veloso of the Bankers Association of the Philippines, and Alexander Cabrera of the Integrity Initiative. We look forward to hearing their perspectives on what the Philippines, and in particular the BSP and AMLC, are doing to put together mechanisms to enable opportunities and address challenges in financial crime and corruption prevention. And more importantly, how the private sector, the development community, and civil society can support commitments to international best practices and standards. This is timely given the Financial Action Task Force's gray listing of the country amid strategic priorities to counter money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing. To introduce our keynote speaker, please welcome the chairperson of the Makati Business Club, Mr. Edgar Chua.